So you want to be a baller? Well, we have a shot caller here, Don Wakamatsu of the Oakland Ballers, Executive Vice President, and you guys are about to hold open tryouts coming up soon. So can you tell me a little bit about the open tryouts and how many people are you actually hoping to find in these tryouts?
Well, we probably got about 5 spots left. We're still looking at, the demographics of Major League Baseball right now. There's going to be several players cut from the minor leagues as just before the season. So we're looking at those players, but we also, when we first set out here, one of the things that we talked about, one of the first conversations was how cool would it be to be able to have open tryouts? We talked about being able to have homegrown talent. That's one of the reasons I came back to take this job is that I came through the Bay Area. I had the opportunity to play from some great programs there, spent a lot of time in the Coliseum. And, it's been such a hotbed through the years of just having major league talent, from CC Sabathia to, Randy Johnson to, even back in the day, Frank Robinson, Dale Swim, our coaching staff in Kansas City had 4 Bergovich players that all came out of the Bay Area. So, that was one of the things that we talked about early is can we give an opportunity for guys to come out and actually vie for a spot on the Ballers, and we want to do that.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, what you said about spring training's wrapping up, some cuts are going to happen. I mean, how cool is it? First of all, we could probably do this in 2 parts to just know that you now have the opportunity to give players a second chance, a third chance, or just an opportunity to show what they have, to show they have what it takes. So to be able to help players in that position and players that could try out and find a whole career based on what you guys are doing, I know that has to be so heartening to you to have that chance.
Well, I think what's important is people have known we're going to try to do this every year. We were a little bit behind the 8 ball getting started in October, November, and having the daunting task of building a stadium, putting all this together, which it's a welcome challenge for us. We think we're going to make a huge impact in the community. We were talking earlier about Fan Fest and just the feedback from that, the excitement. We're excited about that, and just true to our word, we'd love to be able to have 100% ballers out of the Oakland Bay Area. It doesn't always work that way. We have to, have to check off some boxes. But this is an opportunity, for people to come out and actually legitimately, seen by the coaching staff. I'm going to be there. I'm going to get an opportunity to look at all these players and make an evaluation.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have some serious sway on this coaching staff from yourself. Someone like JT Snow, for example. You have a very rich coaching staff in terms of big league experience. So even if you were to do this tryout, the opportunity just to kind of learn from you guys, work from you guys, I mean, how much do you think a player could glean just from the tryout itself?
Yeah, I mean, you don't toot your own horn, but one of the reasons I put this staff together was Micah Franklin, 30 years in the game, JT Snow, World Series champion, Bay Area guy, Aaron Miles, Bay Area guy, World Series with the St. Louis Cardinals. I spent a lot of time in the game, and so I think it does give us some credibility. I think we put this staff together for on purpose for the fact that we have such extensive major league experience, and that's something we want to pass down to be able to say, what was it like, JT, to play with Barry Bonds, or Aaron Miles, Albert Pujols, and what's it like? What's the pressure really feel like to be like in a World Series game? And these are things I think the players would cherish a little bit and take from and continue to know that there's a chance for them to maybe fulfill that one day.
Yeah, what's it like, JT, to win all those gold gloves?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So I know that I spoke with you on the announcement day, the day it was over by the Water Laney College when they announced that the Oakland Ballers were officially a thing. And since that day, I always joke with Paul and Brian, the founders, that this is like Operation Warp Speed. Every time I talk to them, they've checked off like 100 new boxes. Have you, in any way, shape, or form, just like been surprised by the amount of progress made? It seems like every day something new is happening. When you first heard of this idea, when you first agreed to join in on this, did you ever think it would go this quickly and this well?
Well, I didn't think I'd be in retirement, work this hard, first off. But no, when we first talked about it, I think the beautiful thing about it is it's grown organically. I mean, we didn't set out to build a new stadium in Raimondi. Obviously, that was a long-term plan for us. We just didn't realize it was going to be in the next couple of months, right? But to be able to have an opportunity to work with the Oakland City Council, to work with the mayor, and be able to maybe revitalize a whole area in Oakland is something that we set out to do in a lot of different ways, whether it's, as we talked about, having homegrown talent, whether it's providing internships and jobs, and to be able to just kind of to have a good vibe, in Oakland, for the people of Oakland. And no, I mean, people have no idea that I'm trying to find AstroTurf for batting cages and dugout racks and all the little things that, I took for granted maybe as a big league coach that this is a little harder than I thought.
Yes, but it's rewarding. It's got to be so rewarding to be able to do all of this stuff. And Raimondi Park's a very historical park. You mentioned Frank Robinson earlier. I believe he actually played there. So you have a chance to carry on this torch, this legacy of Oakland baseball. I think it is such a special opportunity. Now, tryouts are April 6th. I'm looking at this, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. I do hear, though, they're $150. The Pioneer League, I believe, charges $600 for tryouts, open tryouts. So can you tell me a little bit about the price and the tryout and all the details about like what somebody would expect on that day after they sign up?
We'd love to be able to do this for free, but obviously to be able to rent a facility, to staff it, and all that, we felt like that was a fair price to be able to offer people a legitimate chance to come out and make a team. And I think what players will expect is a workout where they can show their skills in front of ex-major league coaches, and with an opportunity to make the Ballers team. So we're going to do the best we can, from having trainers on site to obviously the registration, the field being in top-notch condition. And so we're looking at every avenue to make it a pleasant experience for everybody.
Yeah, and like I said, I saw that the Premier League tryouts usually run around $600. So this is a good deal. I know you guys are trying to keep everything super affordable for both fans and people attempting to try out to the team. Don, before we go, has there just been any moment? I know there's been so many, but any moment in particular that's really jumped out at you during this process that just really blew your mind, so to speak? Because I know that so much has transpired. We talked about that a moment ago, but is there a favorite moment or memory of the Oakland Ballers' existence that you can think of so far? I mean, you haven't played a game yet, but is there some memory or issue that has popped up that just kind of blew your mind?
Yeah, I think for me, a fan fest, to go down and see 15,000 people that, regardless of who they're pulling for, they're huge baseball fans. And I think that brings communities together. That's what Paul and Brian talked about when we first started this, that we have to keep baseball in Oakland and the legacy behind it. And so, just to feel the energy, the excitement, and really a lot of those were Oakland A's fans, and they don't know the status of that yet. But yet they all came together, had a great time out there. And for us, they wrapped their arms around us and are excited about what we're doing. And that was just reinforcing that we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah, absolutely. One thing I've noticed, I've covered the A's for a long time. It wasn't always the A's. It was the people, the fans together that really created the experience, really created the magic. And I think that was on full display at Fans Fest. And I can't wait to see the people come together at Raimondi Park for that very first Oakland Ballers game. It's going to be a great experience. Hopefully it's a big Fans Fest like party as well, Don. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me on.